While today's decision brings different reactions from both sides of the political aisle, it also brings a mixed bag of emotions for real people who will be affected by the Affordable Care Act.
Much of the law will not go into effect until 2014, but there is at least one person who is already reaping some of the benefits. News 8's Pauline Lee is live in our studio with that story.
Ron Lear has been keeping his fingers crossed every day since the Supreme Court first started deliberating about the Health Care Reform Act. Now that the law is upheld, he says he can sleep a little bit easier tonight knowing people will not have to go through what he endured.
Americans need to take care of Americans.
Ron Lear of Tomah was diagnosed with primary progressive multiple sclerosis about 8 years ago. It was news Lear wasn't expecting to hear. That also came with challenges he wasn't sure how to face.
During that time, I had a lot of battles with health insurance companies and how they were going to pay and how they weren't going to pay, and hospital bills. We lived for a good 5 months off about $500 income trying to make it off of a barbecue grill, and no lights on in the house, telephone shut off, and the insurance company refused to pay because I didn't have a diagnosis.
And it was especially hard knowing his wife had battles of her own. She has type 2 diabetes.
She came to me one day and said, "I'm just tired. I'm just so tired." And sorry, my heart was broken because here I am dealing with my disease, dealing with her illness, and I didn't have anywhere to go.
With medical and prescription bills piling up, Lear was quickly headed towards what's called the donut hole in Medicare coverage, or the gap in coverage from his prescription medications. That is, until the Affordable Health Care Act filled that gap.
I sat there and dreaded the donut hole every day, and then one day after the passage of the Health Care Reform Act, I actually got to see this letter in the mail that said I wasn't going to pay more than $6 a prescription. You know, that put me in tears, and I still, today, am pretty emotional about it.
Now, after 4 months of keeping his fingers crossed, waiting to hear the Supreme Court's final ruling to uphold the act, he says he can finally rest easy knowing this is a step in the right direction.
We need to work on a lot of things, but we did need a public health care system. Other presidents before him promised us health care, and now we have it, and it's a start. And like Barack Obama said, there's work to be done still, but we have a policy, and we have something that's going forward.
Lear says he's also very relieved to know that his son will be able to stay on his wife's health care plan until he's 26, another benefit he sees that came with today's decision.